Cybertruck is now the cheapest Tesla that customers could order. Tesla's recent price increases have changed the ratio of the Cybertruck's price versus other Tesla vehicles. Simon Alvarez reports in Teslarati. Tesla tends to roll out price increases and decreases to its vehicle lineup on a rather frequent basis. Just recently, Tesla rolled out new price adjustments to the Model 3 and Model Y, which resulted in the Model 3 Standard Range Plus, the most affordable vehicle in the company's currently available lineup, now starting at about $42,000 before incentives. This recent round of price increases also had another effect: it made the base Cybertruck the cheapest Tesla that could be ordered today. Tesla CEO Elon Musk incited some strong reactions during the Cybertruck's unveiling when he revealed that the massive all-electric pickup truck's base variant, which uses one electric motor and an RWD configuration, would start at $39,990 before incentives. This was quite shocking considering the Cybertruck's size, as well as Musk's previous statement during an appearance at the Ride the Lightning podcast, which pointed to the all-electric truck starting well under $50,000. Needless to say, very few could have predicted then that Elon Musk's well below $50,000 teaser meant that the Cybertruck would start at $39,990. At that price, the hulking steel pickup truck found itself at the same range as the base Model Y, which was announced with a starting price of $39,000. The Model E standard range was briefly made available in the United States for $41,990 before it was discontinued, but it has since been released in China at a price of about $42,800. Interestingly enough, Tesla's price adjustments have now reached a point where even the Model 3 Standard Range Plus, which has long been the company's most affordable vehicle, is now more expensive than the Single-Motor Cybertruck. This meant that those who wish to make a reservation for Tesla's current vehicle offerings would find the base Cybertruck as their most affordable option, for now at least. And considering that Tesla has not updated the Cybertruck's order page, it appears that the company does not see a need to adjust its all-electric pickup truck's starting price just yet. That being said, Tesla's terms and conditions in the Cybertruck's motor vehicle pre-agreement do state that the final cost of the all-electric pickup truck may be subject to changes when the vehicle enters production. Placing orders for the Cybertruck would then lock in the cost of FSD, but not necessarily the $39,990 price for the pickup's base variant. Tesla would likely start the Cybertruck's production with the vehicle's more expensive trims, such as the tri-motor AWD and dual-motor AWD variants, which are priced at $69,990 and $49,990, respectively. The company is also evidently counting on some of its innovations to keep the Cybertruck's cost as low as possible, such as the upcoming 4,680 cells and structural battery packs. If Tesla's 4,680 cells remain delayed, however, or if the company is unable to master the Cybertruck's mega-casted parts, then it would not be a surprise if the pickup truck's most affordable variants end up starting substantially above $39,990. Do you think Tesla will produce rear-wheel drive and dual-motor Cybertruck if the price of components keep rising like this? The current price of the Cybertruck was set based on the material price of 2019 before the big shock of the current virus. Comparing to the rising price of ICE trucks, tri-motor Cybertrucks are still very competitive. What do you think, friends? Please, let us know in the comments section below. Also, in a recent development, Tesla delivered 241,300 electric vehicles during the third quarter of 2021, the company reported Saturday. The quarter's deliveries topped expectations. Analysts predicted that Tesla would deliver around 220,900 electric cars during this period, according to estimates compiled by Street Account as of September 30th. The company produced 237,823 cars in the period ending September 30th, 2021, Tesla said in its report. Of that, 228,882 were its Model 3 and Y vehicles, its more affordable mid-range offerings. The remainder produced amounted to 8,941 of its Model S and X vehicles. Last quarter, Tesla delivered 201,250 vehicles and produced 206,421 cars, even as production of its Model S and X vehicles fell below 2,500. Our delivery count should be viewed as slightly conservative, as we only count a car as delivered if it is transferred to the customer and all paperwork is correct. Final numbers could vary by up to 0.5% or more, the company said in a statement. Tesla does not break out delivery numbers by model, nor does it report sales or production numbers from China versus the US. Deliveries are the company's closest approximation of vehicle sales. Tesla put customers through repeated, unexpected delivery delays during the quarter. In their release on Saturday, The company acknowledged the delays, blaming them on global supply chain and logistics challenges, then thanked customers for their patience. The press release announcing the production and deliveries report was dated Austin, Texas. Tesla's website still lists its headquarters as being in Palo Alto, California, but Elon Musk moved to Texas last year and the company is building a new factory in the Austin area. Tesla is also planning to host its annual shareholder meeting at its plant, now under construction, near Austin on October 7th. Musk previously threatened to move Tesla's headquarters out of California in the spring of 2020 when the state's COVID-related health orders required Tesla's Fremont factory to temporarily suspend operations for a few weeks. At the time, California Governor Gavin Newsom told CNBC he was not worried about Elon leaving anytime soon, and voiced support for Tesla. Elon Musk's electric vehicle maker now produces cars at its Shanghai plant and U.S. factory in Fremont, California, while continuing to produce batteries domestically with Panasonic at their sprawling facility outside of Reno, Nevada. During the period ending September 30, 2021, Tesla began to ship some lithium iron phosphate batteries from China to be used in Model 3 vehicles made for customers in the U.S. Tesla also temporarily suspended some operations at its vehicle assembly plant in Shanghai, where it makes cars for customers in China and Europe. The halts were attributed to a global semiconductor shortage, which has posed a challenge to Tesla all year, and plagued the entire auto industry. New battery electric models, notably Rivian's R1T and Lucid Motors' long-delayed luxury Lucid Air sedan, are now in production and selling to customers in the US, an indication that competition is heating up in key markets for Tesla. At the same time, interest in electric vehicles is rising too, even in the US, a laggard in adoption compared to China and Europe. According to a June 2021 survey from Pew Research, 39% of Americans say that the next time they purchase a vehicle, they are at least somewhat likely to seriously consider electric. About 7% of Americans said they have already purchased a pure battery electric or hybrid electric vehicle. That demand is only encouraged by rising fuel costs and environmental regulations. For example, in China, government programs make it far quicker and cheaper to get license plates for electric vehicles than internal combustion engine vehicles. The Chinese government has also offered subsidies, tax breaks, and invested in charging infrastructure to encourage EV production and adoption. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden set a voluntary target for half of all new vehicle sales in the U.S. to be electric models by 2030, including battery electrics, plug-in hybrids, and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. The move is part of the Biden administration's pledge to reduce U.S. emissions by half by 2030. Piper Sandler senior research analyst Alexander Potter, a bull with a $1,200 price target for shares of Tesla, wrote in a note on September 27. Tesla's share of the battery electric vehicle, BEV, market will almost certainly fall, because many peers haven't started selling BEVs yet. But we fully expect Tesla's share of the overall market to continue rising, and we stress that declining BEV market share should not be considered a bearish signal. After all, Tesla is competing against vehicles of all types, not just against other electric vehicles. Auto Forecast Solutions Vice President Sam Fiorani agreed. He said, Tesla has such a head start on the competition in the EV market that it is unlikely for anyone to pass them anytime soon. The cult of Tesla will keep buyers attached to the brand for years to come. Even Audi and Mercedes are finding it difficult to tap into the same type of aura. While their market share will decrease, Tesla will keep the leadership position for years to come without a major misstep from within the company. Also, friends, in a new interesting development several days ago, Tesla's CEO Elon Musk revealed in a tweet that Tesla batteries now have no cobalt at all in most of their cars and only tiny amounts in others. Musk said Tesla is going to zero cobalt soon, whereas phones and laptops primarily use cobalt in their batteries. Elon Musk's tweet came in response to a Twitter user who linked the electric car maker to child labor for cobalt in the Congo. The electric car manufacturer Tesla is considered a pioneer when it comes to e-mobility. Even if electric cars are considered an environmentally friendly alternative to conventional combustion engines, there are also materials in the batteries of the vehicles that are definitely considered problematic. Car manufacturers are repeatedly criticized for the use of cobalt in particular. As Tesla boss Elon Musk recently revealed via Twitter, Tesla is almost over with that. Cobalt is an important component of e-car batteries. Precarious mining conditions and child labor in the Congo call human rights organizations to the scene. Tesla boss declares that even now hardly any cobalt is used in Tesla batteries. How is it possible to do Tesla batteries without cobalt now? Musk's statement now invites speculation as to how exactly the electrical pioneer could have achieved this impressive achievement. According to the relevant industry portal Teslamag, there are two possible explanations. On the one hand, this could mean that the use of LFP cells in the USA is now making more progress than previously assumed. The last official stand was that Model 3 buyers were offered to use the LFP batteries produced in China. According to Teslamag, another possible explanation could be that the production capacities in China have now far surpassed those of the Tesla plant in Fremont, which must also mean that almost all Tesla Stromers produced in China now have LFP batteries. Whatever the battery status of the various Tesla models, it is no secret that Elon Musk would like to use more LFP than cobalt-containing batteries in the long term. The question is how long it will be before then.